Welcome back to the Havoc Rundown. I'm your editor-in-chief, Justin. This episode is packed with excitement as we gear up for the NHRL Championships on December 7th. We'll be diving into all the buzz around the event, and we have a special guest joining us, one of the most talented builders in the game. Plus, we're introducing the championship bots the way that we usually do with our Pick Your Champion segment, but I can't do this alone, so let me introduce my fellow podcasters who are going to be bringing their unique perspectives and energy to today's episode. Our resident trivia master and botpex expert, here to challenge what we know about combat robotics. Welcome, Ryan Hunter.
Hello.
Our community liaison and expert on builder community, bringing fresh takes and insider knowledge. Welcome, Ashley Beckman.
Hello.
We are short, Tony, and Thomas might be jumping on later, so I'm not going to do Thomas's intro until Thomas jumps on, so that'll be fun. But our special guest today, joining us today, is a stand-up builder in the combat robotics community and a proud alumni representative of WPI. He's a creator and driver of Eruption, a formidable 3-pound bot known for its impressive performance and ranking in NHRL. He brings engineering expertise and competitive spirit to the arena. Please welcome Brian Boxell.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Brian. I don't know why I wrote such a tongue twister.
You gave them a mouthful. Like, seriously, what?
Made that hard on yourself.
Oh my god.
You built the house, you built the stairs, and then you went all the way up and you stumbled straight down off the
I know. Ashley makes fun of me for my writing all the time. And then I don't make it better on myself when I throw stuff through ChatGPT and it's just like, here is an expert thing that you now have to read. Okay, so before we get to the main meat and bones of meat and potatoes of the episode, we're going to go to Ryan's Game Corner.
We're not doing news this week?
No
news this week? Okay.
Nope, we're just going to get right into the episode. Ryan's Game Corner.
Well, finals is this week. That's big news.
Right, but we're going to be talking about that later. So
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so today's game is a take on the name game that I am calling Name Game Final Countdown. It's the name game we all love, but quicker or with more bots. I'm going to be giving everyone a singular clue to a certain bot that I'm thinking about. You will all listen to me read out the clue in its entirety, and then call in with your own unique ding noise. It can be any noise or word you want. The first one to ding in will get to guess. If you get it wrong, it will go back out to everyone else. Each clue is worth 1 point. If no one else gets the clue, then the game master, myself, will gain a point. These will all be rapid fire.
Wait, what?
So we're playing against the house?
Wait.
You get points all of a sudden?
I can't
Nah.
have
We're playing
points?
against the house.
I can't have points? Why
Is it
can't I
rigged
have
against
points?
us too? Is the house gonna win?
The house always wins. Okay. I have 9 bots here. First of all, let's decide everyone's ding noises. I need everybody's ding noise in.
Ding!
Okay. Ashley wants ding.
I'll
Brian,
take-
do you have... Brian,
Gonna make-
whoop.
Like a whoop.
Okay.
And
okay.
I'll take boom.
Okay. Just says boom. All right.
I missed my
So, is everybody ready? The house is going to gain some points tonight, maybe. I don't know.
because
I don't know. The house is going to gain some points.
I was just getting points all of a sudden.
Okay.
Ryan
let's
is like,
start.
I am sick of not playing these games.
All right. So, my first clue. This multi-bot combo is absolute legendary West Coast bots combined into one absolutely smashing team. Brian.
Woody Brigade.
Hell yeah. Brian's got a point.
And
Okay.
the house doesn't. It's us against the house.
Do I have to wait for
No,
the
like
clue to be
that's
finished?
exactly what this is now.
As long as as soon as the clue is finished, then you can go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Next. This fire-breathing control bot has a rather normal name that would perhaps be more fitting for something calm, like a librarian or an old bulldog.
Ding!
Ashley.
Clyde!
Good. Yes, Ashley gets a point.
Nice.
I didn't know
Okay.
when the clue was done. Those guys are my roommates. I'm not going to hear the end of that.
I'll tell you what. I'll make it fair. I'll say go, and then everybody can ding it. Then you know at the end of the clue. Okay.
You better not ding, Tom.
Okay, wait. So I just want to pause really quick. Thomas has jumped on.
I am ready to steal the score.
Digging up truths and telling us the best stories in the robotics world is our sharp-eyed journalist, Thomas Carroll.
Wait, that's me?
Yes, that's you. So Ryan is playing a special version of the Name That Bot game where he's only giving us one clue, Thomas.
That's okay. I got this. I don't need the rules.
And if we...
It's points now.
Yeah, and if none of us get it, he gets a point. So he is the house. So it's us against the house.
Too.
We gotta win.
Okay.
Cool.
Go
It's
ahead,
us
Ryan.
versus us.
Continue.
All right. Third clue. This bot showed up in 2023 to an absolute downpour of success in the 12-pound division, even though its builder had been out of the game for a while. Go.
Wait. It's that robot by Ray Billings.
Thomas, would you like to ding in?
Ding.
Go for it.
It's the robot by Ray Billings, but I can't think.
It is not a robot by Ray Billings. No.
Man, I think I know what you're doing with the downpour clue.
Brian.
Is the robot just downpour?
It is not downpour. No.
Okay, I think that is a 12-pound.
It
There's
is.
Downpour is a
Okay,
12-pounder,
I
okay.
think
yes.
it was from
Have to take a
2020,
guess.
not
I don't know.
2023.
Damn.
Our remaining contestants are Justin and Ashley.
I can't think of anything. Do you have anything, Ashley?
No, I'm struggling and I'm so frustrated. Ryan's about to get a point.
The house
The
gets a point
House
on this one.
claims Torrent. The house
That's
claims
what I
Torrent.
It was.
I was trying to think what the...
downpour.
I was-
Downpour is success for the house.
I
You said it.
already guessed. I would have said it again. I would have said
I was trying to think
Downpour.
of the other one because the twin of downpour
and
was, and I couldn't.
Torrential is what I was thinking. Darn it. Whatever, we're still winning.
Okay. Next robot. This bot has absolutely no chill in the 12-pound division. Its blade is so fast, it prompted a rather interesting test in the cages before it was allowed to compete.
Ding.
It doesn't know until I finish.
He has to finish the sentence.
Man, this is a broken.
It shares its name with a peripheral from the Super Nintendo system in 1993.
We don't need these clues. Ding.
Go.
Super Scope. It's Super Scope.
It is Super Scope, yes.
I thought we were only getting one word. I had it after
Yeah.
one word.
One word!
I believe we're at even with Ashley with 1 point, Brian with 1 point, the house with 1 point, and Thomas with 1 point.
The house needs to lose. That's
Down
all that
here?
matters.
Yeah, we can't let the house win. That's wrong.
Okay.
I'm not good at this stuff. That's what I have you here for, Ryan.
Thomas stole my niece.
Okay, we're
You
getting
didn't get
there.
torrential.
This 12-pound beater bar is so compact and well made, it looks more like an oversized beetle. Its shape looks like a tiny version of a deadly Viper BattleBot.
Ding!
Ashley.
Nightcrawler!
Yeah.
Aggressive dinging. Why do we have
Wait,
to?
paused! I thought I had a chance!
I'm just picturing the audio spokes screaming into the microphone.
I gotta study more 12-pounders.
Yep.
I live for this.
Well, we're going into 30s now. We're going into 30s.
Good.
Okay. While this bot might not yet be ready to be a Dragon Slayer, that super powerful vert and front armor are enough to take on many in the 30-pound field.
What was his bot? Oh no!
You know, it's the robot with the weapon.
Can you
It's
put
what's
that
his
down?
name's bot? It's what's his name's bot?
Wait,
Right.
Is it Squire?
It is Squire.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
yes.
It
I'm
is
picturing
Squire.
his face. I'm picturing his face, and I was like, "What was the
I
bot?"
was too. I remember the
Jarvis.
builder before.
Okay. This bot is one of the most unique designs in the 30-pound field. Shuffler pods and a rather off-meta weapon. Brian.
Pepe Sylvia.
Nope.
Ding. It's knockoff white.
I didn't call on you, Thomas, but yes, it is knockoff white.
I'm made to be called on.
What?
The house is always changing rules.
Man, I
Yes.
should have listened to the rules.
Yes.
Thomas
They
learned
said
nothing
no,
in
they're bad
kindergarten.
rules.
I think the house is going to play a lot of games now. Okay. Next clue. Big vertical blade. Check. Wide boy stance. Check. Aggressive driver willing to fight face to face. Check. All in a 3-pound package. Check.
Wild boy weapon.
I believe Brian was first.
Is it synthesis 30?
It is not synthesis 30.
I thought we were in the 30-pound category.
Yeah, I thought we were on the 30 pounds.
Last clue said in a 3-pound package.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This is.
Yes, Ashley was the second, so Ashley gets the point.
Boo.
Okay. Last clue. The house is trying to get a point here.
I'm with you, Brian,
Okay.
because I heard 30-pound, and that's why I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
Yeah.
synthesis because it's not
Yeah.
30.
Right.
Yep. Okay. So, last spot. House is going to get a point here. Let's see. This robot has a perfect win-loss record of 7-0 through 2 events. It, however, has never won a prize. It has no armor, no spinning weapon. It was driven by a legendary builder, but it is not counted in his dumpsters.
Okay.
Mm.
Ashley.
Beetlejuice? I knew that was wrong.
Technically, Beetlejuice did get the dumpster.
She says it doesn't count because
It hasn't won any hardware. No prizes at all, but it's undefeated.
Brian.
We're at the brick.
Nope.
Man.
You're starting to get the like I'm trying to trick you all here. Justin and Thomas.
So it's gone 7-0 twice.
Yep.
ref when?
Well, its overall record is 7-0.
2 NHRL events.
Yes.
Okay. But it has not won a dumpster or any sort of prize. Booster.
No, Thomas, it is
I've
not
no idea.
Booster.
That was where I was going. Like, that's what I'm trying to think of.
A
of what-
Havoc Challenge booster.
Justin, you are the final hope here because I'm feeling the points coming. I'm feeling the points coming to the house.
Yeah, you're probably going
Sure.
to get it because
This robot did fight in fights. These were sanctioned fights. I'm not trying to trick you with a Gwen. I'm not trying to trick you.
Is it a Havoc
With,
Challenge?
It was not a Havoc challenge.
Jeez,
Is it
Louise.
freestyle fight?
It wasn't freestyle.
Wait. It's got...
No.
No, it's got to be
Wait,
a sportsman
Tom-
robot.
Thomas, you can't answer the question. Only Justin can answer the question. Of
I'm
the
not
name
answering
of
the
box.
question. I'm only
Unless
saying
he
wrong
gives it up.
things.
Oh.
I give mine up to Thomas.
It was a
Wait.
legendary. It was.
Wait.
I said it was
I-
built by a legendary
Oh,
builder.
I know which one it is. It's
Yeah.
Brandon Bennett Young's Sportsman 30 because they didn't give out trophies for that.
You're wrong. It wasn't Brendan. It
Well,
wasn't Brendan Bennett Young. Brendan Young lost matches to
Oh,
this
it's got to
robot.
be that flipper one. The
Can we guess again?
logo flipper.
Tuscan Raider?
The answer is Tuscan Raider. Yes.
Yeah,
Tuscan
I
Raider
was never going to get that.
Jameson
Shouldn't have
Joe's
burned it on Brett the
sportsman
Brick.
robot.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah. The house gets a point. House gets 2 points.
The house dug very deep.
This is making it up.
That was a
The
dig.
house dug very deep in its pockets for that last one.
100%. You reached for that point.
Hey,
The last
Hey.
one was having an ace in your pocket as the dealer and throwing it. That was not.
hey,
Let's burn the house down. We know
I
where
made
Ryan
up the
lives.
game. I will give you that, but I think Sportsman is very I think I gave a lot of clues for Sportsman. I feel like there's a few people listening that are going, "It's Tuscan Raider" the
Yeah, there's
whole
like
time.
4 people that are listening that know that.
Well, if you were confident of that, let us know in the Discord that you were confident of that answer, that you knew that answer before Ryan did, because
Wait,
I
also,
am pretty
if you're
confident.
one of the 4
Reaching.
people, they're probably thinking, oh yeah, there's a reason nobody even knows what the name was.
Yeah.
No, it was such a small thing. It was a
Yeah.
tiny little
What,
thing when there was
Sportsman?
no one at NHRL. Yeah.
It was 12-pound robots, poking each other in a 3-pound cage.
You're
I remember
reaching.
when the 30-pound sportsman was a round robin. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna fight each other once and have a gentleman's agreement on who was the winner.
Like all days.
It
Yeah.
was great. That was so much fun.
I really hope that Jameson at some point just brings Tuscan Raider back to the 12-pounders just for the fun of it. I feel like it would be really good to make a
But
new
he'll win.
lifter.
He'd
Yeah.
still find a way to win.
Facts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he would.
All right, the game has concluded. I believe the most points is Brian this week. Oh, wait, no, is it Ashley?
I had 3.
I
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
it was
Brian,
Ashley.
Brian and Ashley are. I. Yeah. Okay.
Go with the tie.
The house,
Sure.
the house
Yeah,
lost.
as long as the house loses. That's really the
house
most
lost.
important
We
thing.
accomplished our goal.
We all sat down at the table, and the house lost. It's fine.
Yep.
I give my points to Brian and Ashley to make sure the house loses.
Thanks, Thomas.
All right.
Okay.
This concludes the game corner.
Well, that was awesome. I think I like that version better than the previous version. Okay, so on to the main episode. Brian, you know how we start with brand new guests. We are going to start this before we get into the regular questions. We're going to start with the icebreaker question.
Who was that?
So the icebreaker question is, if you could have any superpower, but it has to be something unusual and completely outside the typical ones like flying or super speed, something quirky, unexpected, or downright weird, what unique ability would you choose?
Think I want to be able to walk around and make anybody within a 10-foot radius listen to the same song or hear the same song out of thin air that I am. So I can walk around with my own personal party bubble.
You know,
That
I was at Six Flags not long ago, and there were just some guys walking around with a Bluetooth speaker doing just that. I don't think they went on a single
selective
ride.
about it though. I don't
Yeah.
want to force people listen to it.
So you can choose who listens to
Yeah.
it within the bubble. Okay.
See, that can get turned into a villain power very quickly.
Baby shark.
also-
do.
Is it also what it's like being a non-main character in so many TV shows? It's just like somebody walks past you on a sidewalk and it's the main character. And you're like, why do I suddenly hear someone's theme song as they're going by? What's going on?
I think that's a great use of it. If I could walk around with my own like walkout music every time I walk by the same person or
It's
something.
not on
That'd
stream.
be awesome.
It's only a couple people in the bleachers.
Or just if it's any sound, you could just have a laugh track whenever you make a joke. Or just like clapping whenever you enter a room. Just be your own sitcom. Just everyone in the room.
I think I would want to pick just one of my friends just to mess with them and think they're going crazy for a little bit.
Do I have schizophrenia? No, it's just Brian messing with me.
Do I have schizophrenia? Laugh track.
I would do it to Thomas. It would be worth it.
Yeah. Just make him listen to Baby Shark 24/7 on a loop.
Well, no, all I have to do is just walk 10 feet away from Ashley. I'll sit 11 feet away. It's okay, the pit desk is like 15 feet long.
Yeah. Okay. So that was awesome. We'll add that to our Rolodex of powers that I promise I will do something with one day. I have them written down somewhere. So we are going to get into the regular questions. And as you know, the way that we have been doing this, so we are going to continue doing this because it's working, is something we call Five in Focus, which is 5 questions, one by each of us, and one of us will ask Tony's because Tony is not on tonight. But we have 5 main questions to ask, and we'll just like have a conversation about each of the questions and just kind of take it loosely from there.
All right, Bri.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
No way.
Who asked you, Thomas? This is Brian's interview, not yours, Thomas. So, how has the transition from building robots at WPI to competing and contributing on a larger scale, including hosting events, shaped your growth as a builder and leader in the community? And what lessons did you learn at WPI that have been most impactful during your whole journey so far?
So I think one of the major takeaways from my time in the WPI Combat Robotics Club is how important a community of like-minded people is. Some of the most fun and most productive times that I had there was when we were all working in the machine shop super late at night and everyone's tired, but you give each other the willpower that you need to keep going. And when you're not on a college campus, it's not quite as easy to do that as it usually is. So you sort of have to go out of your way sometimes to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people that you're putting yourself in the right situation to continue that that sort of community aspect. And that's something that I'm trying to grow and give other people the opportunity to enjoy. That's something that we're trying to continue with Team Too Hot to Handle and the bots and stuff robotics with Fireball and Bloodsport, and something that we hope that will give other people the chance to have with like the RCE event that we held.
That was a super fun event, by the way. You guys killed it.
Thank you. It went really, really well. I couldn't be happier with how that went with for our first time hosting an event, especially because we had like 40 plus teams.
Yeah, I don't think we heard anything but positive stuff about that event.
100%.
It went amazingly.
Yeah, everybody was like Boxelmania. How was it? How did that get arranged, that event?
I mean, my dad and I have been talking about holding an event for years and years. Like since I did Vex Robotics in high school, we've been talking about holding a Vex event. Then when we started doing combat, we wanted to do a combat event. And then we finally got we finally decided, hey, let's actually do this. The venue that we held it at, RC Excitement, is in RC Hobby Shop that I used to work at. So I had connections there. I knew the right people to talk to, and they welcomed us with open arms. They thought it would be awesome, and it went great. And now they want us to do it again. So
awesome, cool. So is there probably going to be another Boxelmania next year?
Definitely, yeah.
Can it be called Boxelmania?
Actually, they want us to host multiple events per year. I definitely not sticking to this number, but the number of 4 to 5 events a year was thrown out there. I don't think that's something that we can actually deliver on, because that's a lot for me and my dad to take on. That's basically a part-time job. But if we can do 2 a year, I think that'd be great.
For sure.
Do you have the event sponsored or anything like that in any way?
Not yet. We did the whole thing on the graciousness of NHRL's donation of the cage or cages and the registration fee.
That's really awesome. How about the Too Hot to Handle team and your BattleBots teams? Are those like, do you have a space where you guys do that? Is that kind of just all of you hanging out, or what's that like?
So the space that we do that is my apartment living room. So, for context, it is myself and Alex and Gabe from Clyde right now that live in an apartment together. And those guys, in addition to Ian, James, Connor, Ezekiel, Nick Grumsky, all, and of course my dad, we all work on the robot together, but it's primarily out of our living room. We have a 20-ton press in our living room.
That's the best bachelor pad kind of like guys hanging out thing. Do you just put like, if you need to cook something, you just put Clyde on its side and just cook something on Clyde? Or do you use the press to like do something in the house, or it's just like, oh, you need to open a beer can? We'll just use the 20-ton press. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I've tried to open a bottle with it. It doesn't work very well.
Where I thought you were going with that question, Ryan, was when you bring someone back to the apartment, what kind of question is this?
But he just starts gaslighting. What, you don't have a 20-ton press in your living room? Did you grow up with a savage?
This.
Like,
it's normal.
This is my childhood press. What are you talking about? I've had this my entire life.
My grandfather has passed it down for generations.
Oh, that's so good.
Tell me at least you don't live in a walk-up where you had to bring that 20-ton press up it or anything like that kind of thing.
No,
like
we
a walk-up
live
apartment.
We live on the first floor. We have
Okay.
an
good.
access door to the outside,
Yeah.
so we can just bring it in from the street.
Contrary to popular belief, a 20-ton press does not weigh 20.
No, it does not. It's not.
No.
It weighs like, I don't know, 150 pounds, but it's still very big. And I mean, how many people can say they have a 20-ton press next to their 3D printer closet in their living room?
Next to their couch.
Not
Next to
me.
their TV.
Yeah, there's a couch and like normal things too.
Having been once like living on my own as like a 20-something-year-old fresh out of college, do you just have like nothing in your fridge but yet like 3D printers in the closet and all these things? Like, I'm trying to picture this. That's hilarious to me, honestly. That's a sitcom right there.
That's pretty much it,
good.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. I really
That's so
like
good.
it. Are you still involved with WPI teams?
Yeah. So I'm not an alumnus actually. I'm still a WPI student.
Oh, okay.
I'm pursuing my master's at WPI right now.
Okay.
But right now I work almost full time, 4 days a week at Walmart Robotics, and while I'm doing that, I'm finishing my master's thesis at the same time. Because of that, I don't really get to attend as many meetings as I'd like to, and I'm not really seeing the like freshmen and sophomores in the club as much as I would like to. So I haven't been really as involved this year, but I'm still active online. I'm still there to answer questions if they have it and offer support where I can.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I was under the impression that you had graduated. I don't know. That's where that came
It's
from. But
complicated.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
yeah.
He graduated with a bachelor.
Yeah.
Rye, you want to go?
Okay. My question for you is, you've successfully brought your father into the world of combat robotics, and now he's competing alongside you in pursuit of his own golden brain. How did that journey start, and what's it like to share this experience and passion with him?
First off, it's funny that he thinks that he can win a golden Brett when he's competing against me. No, I don't mean that. Caldera
He's
got a
ranked
great chance.
higher than you. He is ranked higher than you.
Got him.
Yeah. I love having my dad with me at all the events. It's amazing that we get to do this with each other. And I mean, it's not just at the events that we do this stuff. It's every time we go out to dinner, we're just talking about this. Every time we're just sitting on the couch at home, we're just talking about robots. This is most of what I do with my dad now. And it's a significant amount of time.
Hey, that's
But I love
awesome,
it.
though. I love that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Our father, we've always done. I mean, I fish with my father. We do things with our father all the time, and I love that you both have found this passion together, and it's really cool that your father isn't just there to be with you at this point. He's actually there competing, and he's really, really damn good. It's not like, oh, this is I'm here because my kid's here now. It's I'm here because
I'm here to kick my kid's ass.
Yeah,
He
I promise you.
Does he love your dad as much
Yeah.
as you do?
I promise if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, he would keep doing this as
Yeah.
much as he is now, if not more.
Do not get hit by a bus. It's not allowed.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
How did that start? How did he get into it?
So I attended my first NHRL in summer of 2020, and it was that weird event right after pandemic, the first one back where they held 2 tournaments on back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday. So I went for the whole weekend, and I came back and I told them, this is awesome. There's this place. They've got a ball pit. They've got an RGB elevator. It's super cool. You got to come check it. So next event, 2 months later, he comes down with me. And on the way back, he's like, Brian, I want a robot. So that year, his Christmas gift was a design for Caldera version 1, which lasted about 6 months. And then we realized it was terrible. Well, we knew it was terrible, but we just decided to do something. And then I worked with with him to design Caldera V2, and that's the robot that still exists today.
Yeah, that's really
See-
awesome.
That's awesome.
See, what I love about that is that you and the Biagini's are kind of like in that similar, like the Caldera and Beetlejuice have like that similar kind of origin story of like you gifted the original design and Ariel was given Beetlejuice, and they're both, you know, the horizontals, and they, you know, I love that. That's cool.
Do you have like competitions just the two of you? Do you have like a secret ant weights or something like that you guys do when you're bored or anything like that?
First and foremost, everything we do is a competition.
Yeah.
But no, we don't have a cage. We don't fight ant weights.
You don't settle like family disputes with robot combat.
That'd be funny though.
Hey Brian, do the dishes. The sink is full. Oh yeah?
Fight
Best
me
of
for it.
3.
I was gonna ask you
I'll
guys
bring that
argue
up to
about who's the better driver all the time, like stuff like that. Does that ever come up?
No, that I mean, no, we both know what the answer is, and I think he'll tell you that too. I think he'll tell you that too. We've been doing RC racing for a very long time. I haven't really done it since I started combat robotics, but did it for 10 years before combat. And just to remind you, Dad, I beat you in pretty much every race.
Well, I kind of figured that since you worked in an RC store that was like where you came from. So that's cool.
I hope someone goes through this podcast and like lifts every time I diss my dad and makes a compilation of it.
Don't worry, we will. We're gonna have a Brian dissing dad compilation. It's gonna be 4 hours long.
You gotta get him on
adding-
next so he can return fire.
He can return the favor.
Yeah.
Adding that to my notes to mark everywhere while I'm editing that you diss your father.
That's what the
I do it out of love. I love you, Dad.
Let's talk about your robot for a second. So my question is, Eruption has become a formidable force in NHRL. What was your original vision for the bot, and how has it evolved over time to stay competitive?
So, Eruption was originally a beetleweight version of a plastic ant that I made. Plastic ant was a Black Dragon clone, except it drove really terribly because it was too long. So when I made the beetleweight version of it, I decided to make it 4-wheel drive. The original Eruption from 2020 was a lot wider. It didn't really have a beater bar. It had like a makeshift beater bar because I was very poor at the time and I couldn't afford a beater bar. So I got two like $5 Senka discs and put standoffs between them to make what sort of looked like a beater bar, and it didn't work at all. But from then, I have iterated and iterated and iterated and iterated. Every time I go to a competition, which is 39 NHRLs now, I go home and I pick apart every little detail of the robot that could have been better. And I write it down, and when I go to do a new iteration, I have all that information that I learned. We're on Eruption version 10 right now, over the 4.5 years that it's been a robot. Eruption's vision has always been to be the robot that gets the most roof shots, and over time I've learned that you don't do that by having a bigger weapon than the other guy. You'll do that by getting more bite than the other guy. So over time, it's evolved to have more of an emphasis on drive than weapon.
Okay, that makes sense. So you can line up your shot better, and you find a better place to hit. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's kind of correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of like the thought behind like how Bite Force's weapon was, right? It was more about like the bite and getting that contact than it was about the actual speed of the weapon itself.
Yeah, right. If you do it the math, it only takes like 40 joules or something. I don't remember what the exact number is, but something very low to throw a robot to the ceiling, whereas my weapon actually stores like 1,000 joules. So as long as I get like 5% energy transfer, they're in the ceiling. It's all up to the drive to deliver that weapon energy into the opponent.
Okay, very cool.
How many CAD files do you have of Eruption right now. When you start a new version, do you start from a blank sheet, or do you like start changing an existing file?
So I did note my versions, like Eruption version 10, that is the 10th time that a completely fresh CAD file has been started. But within each version, there's some like sub-iteration going on. Right now I use Onshape for my CAD, and one of the things that Onshape is really good at is version control. So you can create a new version and like lock down parts from previous versions to make sure that they don't change and stuff like that. So you can try and have some consistency and continuity between versions.
Brian, is Onshape the one that every time you save, it creates a new version number and you get those wild things?
No, that's
like,
Fusion.
Yeah, I'm in version 600. Okay.
That's Fusion.
That's what I was thinking. People post up to the Discord, yeah, like, it's like a little simple bolt. It's version 600 something. Like, how many times have you saved that file?
It's the people who are in the habit of hitting Control S, Control S, Control S every time they do something. People who've
had a hard drive failure or a computer shutdown recently.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
That's cool, though, that you can lock down. So you're like, okay, these parts of the design work, so let me lock those down, and so I can change what doesn't work or what I want to change, and it's not going to change what was working. So, yeah, I like that. That's cool.
And it's really easy to roll back to something. Like, if you make a change and then you look at it and be like, that wasn't really it, it's really easy to revert.
When changing versions, are you more concerned with replacing the general like shapes of the things you're designing, or are you also designing in does every single one of those versions have different motors and different things like that to them, or have you been keeping practically sort of the same motors for everything?
I've used the same motors for 4 years. I have not replaced my drive gearboxes since 2020. They're the same that have always run.
Wow. See, because I thought it would be the exact opposite. I thought like every time you start a new version, you start from, okay, these are the new pieces I want to put in. But that's really cool. So do you just have like a stack? How many through 35 times at NHRL and so many iterations of that robot, how many of those motors do you bring with you to a competition? Like, do you bring like 10 versions of your drive motors, or what do you do?
No, I have 4 drive motors right now. So I said 2020 earlier. It was actually 2021 when I made the gearboxes, but I did full custom gearboxes in 2021. They were like loosely based on a rectified robotics gearbox, but every part was touched. And since I took the time to make those, they haven't failed, period, since 2021. So I haven't really had to make 10 copies of it yet.
That's really cool. Honestly, as somebody who gets frustrated just like trying to make a simple box where you could put electronics into for a robot, that's crazy to me that you design something so well done that you don't have to buy. Like, every time we've done a competition, I'm like, okay, should I buy 5 of these drive motors, 3 of the weapon motors, just in case? And now they're just going to sit over there because I only used like 2 of them, and
I have a whole table downstairs that just is littered with robots just because.
That's how I am with lipo batteries. I have so many lipos. Oh man, please buy lipos off me. They're perfectly fine. Most of them are never used. I need to get rid of these things.
I have a lipo battery, or a lipo bag downstairs full of our batteries, and one of the most interesting ones that I have is not even one for a robot. I ordered, I don't even remember the website. It was like, I honestly don't remember where I got it from, but I ordered a battery and they sent me the wrong one, but they sent me this giant brick, and I don't remember the size or what it holds, but it's huge. It's like the size of a cell phone. And when I told them, oh, this is wrong, they refunded it. They're like, just keep it. I was like, to do what? So I just have that.
Just be a fire hazard that you have around.
Yeah. how many lipo batteries are in your apartment right now between all of the robots that are...
These are questions you don't want answers to.
Do you have to keep a fireproof safe at this point? Like a lipo bag can't do it.
Brian's like, I plead the fifth in case my landlord
doesn't answer that question.
Yeah, my landlord probably doesn't listen to this podcast, but I think right now there is probably about 100 lipos and 30 cans of butane in this apartment.
Right.
I swear we're not building bombs here.
We're not building bombs.
bombs.
We're building combat robots and
he's got a 20-ton press in his living room. Isn't that surprising?
We build flamethrowers on wheels. Don't worry about it.
It's for melting other robots. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Havoc fans, love what you hear on the Havoc Rundown. Want to support the show and get more exclusive content? Head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown and show us some love. Every dollar you give helps keep the chaos coming your way. You want some more exclusive content? Join us on Patreon and unlock exclusive audio clips, behind-the-scenes content, and full transcripts from every episode. Dive deeper into the Havoc and be part of the Rundown community. You can even join our Discord. And for all of you merch lovers out there, we are teamed up with robotsruinmylife.com, which is a combat robotic merchandise store. For our official t-shirts and future merchandise, you can check it out there. It's the perfect way to wear your love for the Havoc Rundown loud and proud. So what are you waiting for? Fuel the Havoc at buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Join the Inner Circle on Patreon and grab your gear at robotsruinmylife.com. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay chaotic. Okay, so I have an interesting question. The question that Tony came up with, that he's not here to ask, of course, but if you were to design a bot specifically with the goal of taking down your father's bot, Caldera, what would it look like, and what strategy or features would you prioritize to counter Caldera's strikes? And just so you know, when we have your father on, we're going to ask him the same question in reverse.
I think it is a robot that drives over in front of him, not the robot, and waves a picture of my mom's face in front of him to distract.
Very sweet. Yeah.
It's very sweet, but the rest of the robot, the multi-bot portion, is destroying Caldera while he's distracted.
Yeah.
Logical, smart thinking. I like that.
Now, is that considered an entanglement device?
Yes.
No.
I will say, I think you should get more like credit for your mini-bot driving. I know mini-bots are going away. We'll talk about it at some point later. But you are one of the best mini-bot drivers for Caldera, to the point where Justin and I will be watching your fights with Caldera and go, wow, Brian driving that mini-bot actually makes mini-bots actually look like they belong in that box.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You drive that mini-bot to the point where, like, you're actually getting involved in things. You've built that to the point where it's actually influencing the fight way more than most Peter minis are. And I think that you're part of the reason why Caldera is highly ranked this year. But I think if you want to take down Caldera, you could just turn back around and just jam yourself back into Caldera.
Yeah. But if you're looking for a more real answer of like what is the robot that I think beats Caldera, and I'm sure there are listeners who would love to know. I think it is a vertical spinner that doesn't bring much energy to the table. I think if you compare Eruption to Chubby Unicorn, for example, Eruption stores so much energy in the beater bar because they spin faster. It's a MOI optimized weapon geometry that stores a ton more energy. So every time there's a hit, it's just so explosive that we both get damaged severely. But a robot like Chubby Unicorn, they spin slower, it's 2 discs, they don't bring as much energy to the table. So when they go and hit a horizontal, and you can watch this the last time Chubby Unicorn fought Droopy, they stay a lot more controlled on the ground, and Tim gets to drive the robot a lot more and stay on top of Caldera while Caldera is bouncing around. So I think it's a robot that it is still a vertical spinner, so it can do damage and throw Caldera up, because when Caldera goes up, it looks like it lost the engagement. But it's a robot that survives and controls.
Okay. I like that answer. It's a very good answer.
I like the one with your mom better.
Yeah. So the one with your mom, I was thinking,
No surprise.
what is the ruling as far as like bringing a bot that just has like a flash grenade on it, and it just
You can't
is
do
meant
that.
To,
No,
you can't
that's
do that,
against
right?
the
So
rules. That's against
exactly. So would that be in the same kind of like you're trying to distract the driver, like you're trying to? No.
I've been waiting for someone to do it. There's nothing against going and putting a giant like black screen in front of your opponent's face.
Not yet.
There's not yet a rule against blocking your driver's ability or opponent's ability to do it. Really.
So just something that just unfurls a green screen,
Yeah,
and then just
yeah.
does this the entire. Well, nobody can see what I'm doing, but it just goes
Yeah.
back and forth like a crab.
Yeah.
I like that.
That reminds me of like Birds of Paradise. Have you ever seen Birds of Paradise when they're doing their mating dances?
Yeah.
It is the
Can't say I
coolest thing
have.
it's the coolest thing in the animal kingdom. Every single species of birds have their own version of doing it, but they all do these elaborate dances, and most of them have these feathers that were made specifically for the mating dance. They're not for flying, they're not for anything else. They're specifically for this mating dance that they have to do. And they all do these super elaborate. I looked them up. They're the craziest things ever. They will hop and skip. And there is one of them that the whole point of it is like it furls out its feathers in the female's face and like blocks her from seeing anything. It's just big black feathers. It just blocks, and it goes back and forth, and it just blocks. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Okay, Thomas, you have the last question before we get on to the championship odds.
The secret final question. So, having recently competed at the Fall Face-Offs for BattleBots, as well as recently competing at NHRL and other smaller events like the Boxelmania event that you hosted, how does the experience compare? They seem very different.
The largest difference between BattleBots, especially the false face-off stuff, and smaller events is the immediate immunity that you're exposed to, I think. At the smaller events, you have spectators who can get very up close and personal with the robots. You can talk to them directly. At BattleBots, they're sort of there for a show. There's like a meet and greet after, and that's cool. But it's not quite as personal as the smaller competitions can be. I feel when we're at BattleBots, everything is a little bit higher stakes because you put thousands of hours into a robot. You've got tens of thousands of dollars into a robot. You need to deliver, and sometimes that stress takes your focus away from sort of the fun and talking to people aspect of combat robotics that is more prevalent in the smaller weight classes.
So the second half of that, there's a lot of new teams, especially ones that either are brand new or have just recently built a robot or two, college teams, just teams of friends, and they want to get onto BattleBots. Now, whether or not the actual show BattleBots is coming back or not, let's just assume that it is. Where do you recommend teams start with, weight class wise, like any weight class? Is it BattleBots? Is that the way?
Absolutely not. The skill required to build a BattleBot that is one, functional and it isn't going to lose to itself, and two, not going to get immediately destroyed in 10 seconds by your opponent is crazy. You have so much to learn if you're just like a strict beginner coming into this before you can go out and fight Hypershock. And the way that you learn those skills is by learning or doing and failing at a lower stakes competition, whether that's plastic ant weight, beetle weight, whatever is most convenient, most affordable, and most accessible to you is the correct offer. I don't
So
think
kinda
there's
like
a huge
pick your
difference in
local comp,
accessibility
whatever's nearby.
between like £1 and £3, for example. It's just whichever one makes more logistical sense for you.
Sounds good.
Or just get a bunch of airbags and do what Tom said.
Hey, those are banned now.
Now.
He's so proud of that. He's so proud of the fact that he has a rule that's
I have a
banning his
rule.
yeah.
Yeah, I do
I'm
too.
gonna put in the suggestion box that I want to be known as the Thomas rule.
Ashley, how does Zach feel about that rule?
We don't talk about it. I'm also still hiding a piece of an airbag somewhere that one day I'm going to ruin his life with, but haven't quite found the right time yet. So
Does
Sorry,
Zach listen to the podcast?
not consistently enough to know that that's going to happen to him. So it's okay.
This is at least an hour into the episode, so
No
yeah,
chance.
Oh,
got him.
that's awesome. Okay, so that is our 5 in focus. So those are our major questions. We have a couple of listener questions at the end, but we are going to get into Choose Your Champion, which is just our way to preview some of the bots of an event that's coming up. So, Brian, I don't know if you have the matchups and who's going to be. Well, I mean, obviously, you know your bot and your father's and everything like that. But
I actually
I don't know if
who he's fighting.
It's okay.
Well,
you
no,
have to know who's fighting. You just have to know who's
It's not the
fighting in
matchups.
general.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through each weight class, and each of us are going to choose our champion. So we're going to choose a bot that's going to be in championships this time. But we're going to choose a bot that's going to be in the championships, and then just talk about that bot and why we chose it. So just for example, I'm going to go first. So I was going to choose Caldera. I wasn't sure if you wanted to choose your father's bot or if you wanted to talk about your own bot. But I'm going to go with Warhard. Just in absence of choosing Caldera in case you want to hype up your father instead of your own bot, but you can choose whichever.
His dad, but it's all right.
Yeah. But so I'm excited for Caldera in the 3 pound. If Beetlejuice was there, I would have chosen Ariel. But Warhard is my choice. It's just such a hard hitting, amazing bot to watch, and I think it's going to win 3 pounds. So that is my choice, my champion for 3 pounds. Ryan, you have...
I chose Monkfish because, one, I absolutely love Monkfish. It's a beautifully made bot. It's a hard-hitting bot, but Monkfish has the chance to dominate this field as she has dominated fields in the past. I look out and I see everybody here deserves to be in finals. Everybody here has a similar story, but personally, I think Monkfish has a chance to take this year. But I could be wrong.
So the interesting thing is both Monkfish and Warhard both have a bye for their first fight. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thomas.
For 3 pounds. You know, there were a lot of contenders. I mean, these are the best of the best. But we all know that there is one robot that is going to win the 3 pound. And
Blue
that is
Marlin
Turbo
is not
Fiend.
a 3 pounder.
He better,
What?
if he steals my robot right now, I'm going to be so mad.
No.
No, you said Turbo Fiend.
Turbo Fiend is the robot that is going to win.
Acceptable.
It's just the best. There's going to be some big cheering going on during that match.
Turbo Fiend did look really good at the end of October.
Yes.
That was really
Got all the way to semis. Didn't Turbo Fiend got the semi?
What?
Turbo Fiend
Turbo
won.
Fiend won.
I think
with the dumpster.
yeah. So I always switch
Turbo
Mako
Fiend
and Turbo
Mako.
Fiend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Turbo Fiend Catalyst first fight. That should be awesome. Can't wait to see it.
I mean, I know the outcome, so.
Ashley, you want to do yours, and then Brian, you can tell us if you want to do your bot, your father's bot, or if you have another 3 pound pick.
Can I cheat and for this class only give my top 3 and explain? The 3 pound class is the class that I care the most about, and I have a lot of thoughts on how this is going to go.
100%. Yes.
Totally acceptable. Well, my 3 pound pick to win is somebody that has fought our friend Brian a few times, and that is Jaren with Red Dot.
Oh,
If
no.
anybody thought I was going to pick a different robot, they knew that wasn't true. I have a lot of faith in Jaren. He's worked his butt off. He's put a lot of time in, not only with the work that he's doing with the 30 and the mini, but with Red Panda. And I just have a lot of faith in Jaren, and I'm hoping that he takes it all the way.
Very cool. So give us your top 3, Brian.
My top 3 are, in no particular order, we have Mugfish, Clyde, and Eruption. Now, of the 4-wheel drive spinner archetype, I think Eruption is the most poised to take the dumpster. I think it's the most refined of any of the other vertical spinners in finals, and it's also beaten every other vertical spinner in finals. So, yep. Yeah. Monkfish is this wild card robot that shows up to NHRL once a year, completely dominates, and hasn't given the rest of the competitive 3-pound field a chance to learn to fight it. It's so unique, it's so strange in how it hits you and how it moves, and it just doesn't die.
Even when it's burnt alive, it still doesn't die.
Yeah,
It just
very
doesn't
accurate.
die.
Yeah.
So personally, I have no monkfish plan right now. That is a robot that terrifies me the most. And then there's Clyde. Clyde, I mean, I live with them. I see what they're doing. I can see all their prep for finals. It is amazing. The work that they are doing for this competition in particular is unlike anything that you've seen before. This is going to be big. Robots already are struggling to deal with the sort of TPU wide boy can absorb all of the hits without taking damage. This is the most optimized version of that archetype with a flamethrower that will knock you out in 10 seconds.
So what is your Clyde plan? Can we ask you that? Since you live with them and you see what they're doing, do you have a Clyde plan?
Did they listen to the podcast?
My Clyde plan is not a secret. I run it by them. They know exactly what I'm going to run against them. My Clyde plan is to counter their forks. I'm going to run no forks. I'm going to instead put on side skirts on my robot that scrape the ground on the sides, because I'm not worried about the forks getting under me. I think my weapon can bite on those forks well enough. But where the wide robots really get you is when they sort of turn in place and those long outside forks scoop you up on the side of the robot. This is sort of a pull, but if you go and watch the Eruption versus Jelly Baby fight, our third engagement is Eruption going full speed at Jelly Baby, and they turn in place and scoop me up in the side and get a pin. That's something vertical spinners are currently not equipped to deal with, but you have to be able to deal with that if you're going to take on the rise of these wide boy TPU or
we saw how well Jelly Baby did. So
I'm also fighting Jelly Baby first, so I watched that fight a few times now.
So you're going to be able to see if that plan works for Clyde very early in the day.
And then
Very cool.
all of Eruption is designed from ground up to handle fire. I fought Dutch Oven with Fireball at All Stars last year, and learned, wow, you really can't just like slap on some tape and expect to survive. You need to design your robot from zero with fire in mind. And that's what I've done with this one. All of the juicy bits are way at the center. There's no TPU period on Eruption for the fire config. There's really nothing that can melt. There is a hub motor. The hub motor is then wrapped in flex foam, or to prevent the hub motor magnets from demagnetizing. You coat it in flex foam to protect against conduction. Then you wrap it in gold foil to protect against radiation. They're not touching the weapon.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen so many times people basically make their robots gold, and then they go downstairs and they still get destroyed. So, I mean, you would hope that at this point people are not doing that anymore, because it takes up so much time and it just doesn't do much. So,
Right. And even if you win, if you just are a TPU robot that is covered in aluminum tape or something, even if you win that fight, you probably sustain severe damage, and that chassis is not going to be. You're not going to want to run that chassis again. And when you only have 20 minutes between fights, it's like is that actually an acceptable way to leave a fight, even if you want? The answer is no. You have to be able to survive a fire robot and still be good enough to fight again.
Yep, makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to 12. I kind of went with a give me on this one, and I'm grabbing Psycho for this. I mean, we've seen how awesome Jameson Go is with Psycho, and how well it does. And I just think that he over-engineers or he perfectly engineers that thing to just deliver the hits. And I think it's going to win the 12 pounds. So Psycho is my champion for 12 pound. Ryan, you have a very good friend of the show as your pick. Why don't you tell everyone who your champion is for 12?
Well, we hadn't mentioned Maximizer yet, and we have to mention Maximizer once an episode.
In the rules.
The Jake Maximizer?
Jake Maximizer.
I am really looking forward to seeing whatever Jake is bringing to Champions this time.
And your choices.
Especially since he has been iterating this year over and over and over again. And I can't wait to see Maximizer stand out in the field and really take it to everybody else, because I think Jake knows that this is the end point of everything he's been working on this year. And I really, really hope that he is able to get the brand at the end of the year, because he deserves it.
Yep, he's got, so Psycho has Meenan and Plusle. I'm going to make sure I say that right, or Zoe's going to have my head
Meenan
as
and
his
Plusle.
first.
You said it wrong.
And Maximizer has Son of Cram. So, Thomas, why don't you tell us what bot you think is going to win all weight classes for championships?
All weight classes for championship?
Eat the fish.
Well, there's one robot that it's a 12-pound robot, but it's going to win the 12-pound, it's going to win the 3-pound, and it's going to win the 30-pound. I know you guys made me pick like a 3 and a 30, but everyone knows that Blue Marlin by Bob the Fishman is going to sweep all weight classes. I really don't have to say anything. If you watch a single, like 5 or 10 seconds from one of his fights, you just know. You look at Bob the man, and you just know.
What about the ones that are red?
Don't talk about Red Marlin.
Red Marlin never happened.
You mean Plastic Marlin?
We don't talk about
No,
Red
nothing
Marlin.
happened. Nothing happened. No, Blue Marlin. Blue Marlin's got this.
Okay. Ashley, I think your pick is kind of obvious here.
Well, yeah, let's see. If I did not pick my fiance and his 12-pound robot Prompetta, I would definitely be in a lot of trouble. While I do love the entire 12-pound class, and most of them are what I call my robot children, I am picking Zach to win. We haven't seen Zach a lot this year. He's been all over the place for work, and he hasn't really competed since March, but I can guarantee that he has been working on that robot. He has been perfecting that robot. He has been putting a ton of time in, and I think he does have the capabilities to take it all the way. And I'm hopeful that he does, because I'll be cage side with him. So,
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed.
So he has an interesting round one in Hooligan.
Yeah, he's fought Jack before.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's had some pretty interesting fights against Jack, against Hooligan. So that's going to be an interesting round one fight. Yeah. Brian, who do you favor for 12 pound?
I am going to go with Full Court.
Ooh,
Full Court competed.
your
at
dad
one
has kicked you out of the
competition
house.
this year, if I'm not wrong. 12 pound is the category I know the least about. I think 3s are exciting. I think 30s are exciting. And I think 12 pounders are for the people that wanted to build 30s, couldn't.
Damn.
12 pounders are exciting in their own right.
Brutal.
They are not my
Yeah.
favorite weight class. Each their
Coming
own.
from someone who helped make a 12.
Caldera 12 is really my dad's room. I did some like electronics help for that, and I did some like design reviews, but he does that's his room.
Okay.
But back to why I think Full Court is going to win. In that one competition that they came and qualified at, you know who beat them? Caldera 12. And
Okay.
Caldera 12, I think that Full Court was weak to a large horizontal. I think it is unlikely, if you look at the number of large horizontals in the field, that they fight one in the tournament bracket. I think the rest of the vertical spinners and smaller horizontals like Maximizer are not really equipped to to handle full court again, and I think we're going to see a repeat of last year.
It's a very interesting point you have there, because I think I would agree. That's a very interesting point.
Man, look at this guy doing analysis and thinking about what's actually going to happen. Nah, brah, feed the fish.
It's almost like analysis is for dummies. Feed the fish.
You can hate full court all you want, but I mean, like,
it's a great bot. He drives it amazing.
He does.
It's not the hate for full court, it's the love for my fishy friends.
Feed the fish.
Feed the fish.
I mean, it's very interesting. And also, Nate's a very good mini driver for him, too. Nate very much so helps, like, the corners that people start getting around. Nate is there to push him back.
Yeah.
And make sure they stay in front of the court. It's very interesting.
We're actually going to see if full court and Caldera 12 win their first fights in qualifying. We're going to see full court versus Caldera 12 in qualifying. And we have some mini bot shenanigans up our sleeves to deal with, Nate.
You know, all of this mini bot talk reminds me that this is the last event we're going to see mini bots at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yep.
I'm quite excited for 2025.
In pieces.
Well, I am looking forward to the 1 and 3 pound sportsman leagues that will be starting very shortly.
Okay, so 30 pounds. This is a very interesting field that we have. And there are a lot of hard-hitting robots on here. But yeah, by principle, because it might be one of the last times for a little bit that we see him compete, I have to go with Mr. Roper. I have to. I think Mark is going to come out and surprise us all. He's made so many different iterations to that bot. We all love Mark. He is a huge friend of the show. So, Mark, I've got you. I mean, Tony, you know.
Tony Clifton.
I was going to
Tony
say, who's this
Clifton.
Mark person that you're talking about?
Tony Clifton. Tony, I am Mr. Roper.
Not Minibot and Nightcrawler either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Ryan, you have...
I'm going to take my third M in a row and go with Megatron. Jameson has been running Megatron for a long time. Megatron is one of the only bots that you could really say has a history of winning fights against Emulsifier. And Jameson, I think Jameson is going to come out this year and really step it up to go after Emulsifier with Megatron. And not many people know how to fight Megatron very well. So I am going to go with Megatron. Megatron has that the control bot style. It has that extremely hard-hitting hammer saw. And of course, it's got Jameson Go behind it.
Yeah. And you know he's going to have a plan for Emulsifier. You know he's got to have something up his sleeve, some kind of config, so...
Yeah. He knows what he's going to do. I'm sure he already knows what he's going to do right now.
So, Thomas, I think you chose Steak Pony, right?
That's not Steak Pony. You have it confused with a different robot. I know, it's an easy mistake. No, I actually picked Beep Horse. It is the greatest multi-bot ever, blessing the NHRL cages. It is 2 wonderful robots by Team Honeycracked. And, you know, they may or may not win, but it's the best robot in the 30 pound.
Okay.
I just like them. They're cool. They're neat. Multis are nice.
And Ashley, you've got a Brandon robot.
Of course I have a Brandon robot, because we weren't going to go an entire championship episode without talking about Brandon Bennett Young and my favorite robot, Phenomenon.
Oh my god, I love Brandon Bennett Young. That guy's great. I should have picked that
robot. Do you know what you just sounded like there, Ashley? And I don't know why, but just the way you just said that, you sounded like when they when they were talking about books on Reading Rainbow. When they were like telling us, when they were introducing a book.
I'm going to go write a story about Phenomenon now, and I'll read it for you next time. Yeah, no, of course, we all love Brandon. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Brandon and how hard he works and how much effort he puts in between Phenomenon, Boreon, and his whole slew of robots that he has coming. I'm sure he's got at least 2 of each prepped and ready to go. I give all the credit in the world to Brandon, and I hope that he pulls out a big old W.
Nice.
Let's go.
And Brian, who do you have for 30 pound?
I think this is an easy one. This is going to be Emulsifier for a third year. I think Emulsifier is not only one tier above everyone. There are at least 2 tiers still. It's just incredible. The difference between Emulsifier and every opponent that I have at this point, it's wild. I don't think anyone is in the same class as Emulsifier. I think we're still at least a year away from someone giving them a serious run for their money. I think the closest that we got this year was Colossal Avian versus Emulsifier, but that was just sort of like preventing engagements from happening for 2 minutes, and eventually that's going to give. Neither robot was really controlling the other, but if your game is going weapon on weapon, nobody else is as refined as Emulsifier, and it's going to be easy.
Not even Waddles?
Not even Waddles. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh. I was like, I
love you, Connor.
Brian,
I love you, Jaren. It's not happening.
Brian's either going to choose Emulsifier or he's going to choose Waddles. Which way is he going to go?
I thought about it for like maybe 3 seconds.
Damn.
Mind you, I was the one driving Waddles the last time Waddles fought Emulsifier. And we all, plus 100 million people on YouTube, know how that fight ended.
Yeah.
Not well.
Makes sense.
No.
Yeah, it's every time you watch Emulsifier, it's almost like a BattleBot. It's almost like a BattleBot was put into the cage with a 30 pounds, and that's the best way that I can summarize like watching an Emulsifier fight. It's almost like a special, I don't know, Havoc hour, like a Havoc challenge, and not an actual fight. Sorry.
Yeah. What really does it for me
that's
is
brutal, but...
what really does it for me is how refined their power systems are. No robot box rushes like Emulsifier. No robot can tilt back on their weapon and just start their weapon from nothing, like more than a minute into the match. They have everything so dialed in, so functional that they have it down.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
no,
crazy.
I have a hard time disagreeing with you. So, okay, so that was our champions. Make sure to either come or watch on December 7th. We'll all be there. Brian competing. Ashley will be with Zach and the other 3 of us. And of course, Tony will be... Oh, no, Tony's not working this one, but we'll be behind the pit desk. So come and say hi. So we just have a couple more questions that are in our listener mailbag. Of course, our good friend from Behind the Bots, Luke, asked 2. One of them you kind of already answered. He asked, what do you do for work post-WPI? I know you said you were getting your master's, so you're not technically post-WPI, but you did mention what you do for work right now, right?
Yeah. So I'm an intern at Walmart Robotics. It's like a year-long internship. That's going to take me all the way to the end of my degree, and then I'm gonna try and get a job in actuator design for Legged Robotics, which is sort of like my specialty and focus of studies.
Cool. And then his second question is, what's a fun fact that NHRL fans definitely don't know about you?
How about I can name with the exception of Tortured Poets Department, I can name pretty much any Taylor Swift song from the first 3 seconds.
Wow.
Okay,
Brian's
everyone
Swiftie.
bring clips to the December final championship, and we're going to test
You're
this
welcome
out.
to
Well,
try.
instead of like rate your bot, it's going to be name that song, and Sam's now going to go up to Brian with every T Swift song ready to go.
Right,
So
but they
Brian-
can't put that
We're
on
gonna tell
YouTube or it'll get demonetized. You can't have the
You're
song
right.
play.
No, it's
Bummer.
okay. They can do 3 seconds without being
We'll figure it
claimed.
out.
You would be best friends with my son. He is the biggest Swiftie to the point that he can sing all of the lyrics of so many different songs, and he's 4. So he thinks
I like
Taylor
him
Swift
already.
is the only artist in the entire world. If you try and put on anything else, he tells you that it sucks compared to Taylor Swift. This is true facts. Like, this is how this kid is. He literally hates on everything. My father tries to put on he has this whole thing with him about Miley Cyrus. He tried to convince him one time that Miley Cyrus was the same thing as Taylor Swift, and my son got pissed off at him. And now they have this whole thing where he puts on Miley Cyrus, like, it's Taylor Swift, and my Logan gets so mad at him. It's so funny, but he thinks Taylor Swift is the only artist in the entire world, and she's the greatest thing that's ever happened, and you can't convince him otherwise. So,
Perfectly fine way to live.
yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. And I always say your name wrong. Kokoto Mane. I say it so bad all the time. His question is, Brian, I have to know, not including your own bots, what is your favorite WPI beetle weight?
Kokoto, you can't just ask me to pick my favorite between my friends.
But he did.
He did. You're gonna have to pick. You can't disappoint Kokoto.
If you don't pick Power Friendship, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. It's a close one. It's either between Power Friendship and Fully Defined.
Answer.
Power Friendship is a lot of fun. I love doing it with Kokoto. It's such a unique robot. Getting to drive next to him is so much fun. But from like a design standpoint, Fully Defined was so ahead of its time. Fully Defined has had the TPU wide boy chassis since like 2021, and brought that. He pioneered. Just make everything jiggly, and you're fine. And now Fully Defined walked, so robots like Clyde and Jelly Baby could run. And I think Ian deserves a lot more credit than he gets for that design archetype.
100% agree with you. Definitely. Yep. I don't have the real names. I just have the usernames for these, but user Force of Will. What are some design philosophy changes that had to be made when scaling Caldera up from 3 pound to 12 pound? I know you said that's your father, that's Glenn's bot, more than yours, but you did have a little bit of a hand in helping him design it. So
yeah. First, like to reiterate, my dad did all of the CAD design for that robot. I didn't touch the CAD at all for that, but I was there talking to him, working him through the design process. And I think the biggest difference is the form factor of the electronics. While on the outside they look totally the same, the layout of everything on the inside of the robot is completely different. The typical electronics that you would use for a 12 pounder are sort of different shapes, different proportions than 3 pound, and because of that, you have to ship it. I think all of the material selection is the same between the 12 and the 3. Most of the files are just like just scaled up by 1.5 or whatever the scale factor is between 3 and 12. The layout of the electronics is the biggest difference, but they are pretty much the same robot.
that's cool though. Like that's interesting to know. Like you look at them and I've always wondered like how much of that is the same, but to know that it's basically like a scaled up version that just has some different electronics and different parts inside. That's cool to know. I like that. And then the last one is from user JP Bark. What advice would you give to someone looking to get into the hobby/sport that you wish you had been given when you started?
Pick a design that makes you happy, whether you're looking for a robot that has as much chaos as possible, hits as hard as possible, is very drivable. Pick the design that is going to make you happy as a builder, because it's your robot. And no matter what people tell you about, oh, you just copied this, oh, you just did that, it's your robot. You know that you designed it, and just stick to it.
Awesome.
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very cool.
Good facts.
Okay, so that is all that I had. We want to give a huge thank you to you, Brian. It was amazing having you on, and we will definitely have you on again. Thank you for coming on and answering our questions, getting to know you a little bit more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Well, thank you for saying that. We look
Can't
forward
wait to hear what my dad says about me when he gets on here eventually.
Well, we can't wait to see Eruption and Caldera and Caldera 12 and all, it's just going to be such an amazing event. So looking forward to it. And that's a wrap. Let me say that again. And that's a wrap, bot enthusiasts. We've had an incredible time chatting with Brian Boxell, diving into his journey through NHRL, his role with WPI's combat robotics, a team, and the evolution of his bot Eruption. Plus, we explored his thoughts on the upcoming NHRL Championship and what it's like sharing the sport with his father. A huge thank you to our amazing listeners. Your enthusiasm and support drive this podcast forward, and we appreciate every one of you. Before we power down, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share your thoughts. Tell us your favorite moments from today's episode and your take on the ever-evolving world of combat robotics. We love hearing your feedback. Stay tuned for more exciting interviews, behind-the-scenes stories, and all the latest updates from NHRL. Until next time, this is the Pit Control crew signing off from the Havoc Rundown. Keep those sparks flying, and may your bots always roll victorious. Everyone say goodbye to our wonderful listeners.
Farewell, listeners.
Good night.